All right, in this video, I'm going to show you how we can use tracing paper, or what we call patty paper, to perform the rotation that we have here on activity 3.2. The main thing to remember is that with your patty paper, the reason we use this tool is that we're going to end up with pencil markings on both sides, so that we're actually transferring the image back into the textbook. So I'm going to start with putting my patty paper on top of triangle ABC here. And I am kind of making sure that I put it in line with the grid marks, because the grid marks are going to help me with the actual angle of the rotation. So I have my patty paper on top. I am going to trace triangle ABC, and I'm going to try and make my lines as straight as I can. I know I don't have a ruler here, so I might have to go over it a little bit, just to make sure that I am getting that shape appropriately represented on my patty paper. I'm also going to be tracing the labels. So I have triangle ABC, and then finally I am tracing the center of rotation O. So that was step one, is just tracing exactly what is there. Now step two is that I want to actually put that marking on the back side of my patty paper as well. So I'm going to move my book away for a moment, and I mean it's faint, but I can see through the patty paper, and I'm going to trace over that shape again. By having the lead on both sides, I am able to, when I go back one more time and trace it in my book, the transfer is going to be faint, but it should work. I'm also going to trace my center of rotation O. So now I have triangle ABC on both sides. This side is where I started, and then that's my new side. I come back over to my book, and this is when I finally actually perform the rotation. So I line triangle ABC up. I make sure that my center of rotation is lined up as far as where I traced it. I'm going to take my pencil tip and I'm going to put it on the center of rotation. Now, knowing that a grid has 90-degree angles, I have my patty paper lined up kind of at the top of my book here on the grid. This rotation is a 90-degree counterclockwise. So I'm moving my paper, my pencil is staying there. I'm moving the paper 90 degrees counterclockwise. And I'm just using the angle of the paper and then also the angle of the grid marks really to measure that 90 degrees. Now I see that my shape has been rotated. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to trace over it one more time. And because I have lead on the other side of the patty paper, if I go over this just a few times, I'm not going super hard. I don't want to rip the paper, but I go over it again. And when I move it, I have a copy in my book. And then this is where I can go back and kind of straighten those lines out a little bit. My angle was just a tiny bit off because of the tracing. But now this is the rotation after 90 degrees. I need to add my labels though. And I see that after that transformation there, that A is actually at the bottom now. And so I'm going to label it with A prime. Remember, the prime is that apostrophe mark. And I'm going to label B prime, and I'm going to label C prime. And now I have the rotation of ABC after a 90 degrees clockwise.